1, 2. Check 1, 2. Good, you can see all the words. Okay, we have word problems about equal groups. So we've done a couple kinds of word problems before, and now this is our first time with equal groups. So the kinds we've done before, when you see word problems about these things in blue, which is that blue line, combining, separating, or equal groups, I'm going to tell you what you should be thinking. So when you see word problems about combining, think addition. When you see word problems about separating, think subtraction. And when you see word problems about equal groups, think multiplication. And later, we'll get into learning about division. But multiplication and division are inverse operations, which mean they undo themselves. So they're going to have the two equal groups. Yes, addition and subtraction are both are inverse operations as well, and combining and separating are the opposite. So here we have our 3 examples. These are just examples of equal groups. At CCS, there were 4 classes of 5th graders with 30 students in each class. Altogether, how many students are in the 5th grade at CCS? So this is the first kind of word problem that we're going to be doing. This problem is about equal groups. We're given the number of students, or we're given the number of groups, which are 4 groups, 4 classes, and we're given the number in each group, which is 30 students in each class. So we now need to write an equation. So the equation is going to look like this. Number of groups times the number in each group will equal the total. Can you see that? Yep, good. All right. So the number of groups we're given is 4, and the number in each group is 30. And you know 4 times 3 is 12. And with that 0, you're just going to add a 0. So 120 students in 5th grade at CCS. So number of groups times the number in each group will give you the total. So that's the first kind of equal group problem. The second kind is this. So our example is the coach separated 48 players into 6 teams with the same number of players on each team. How many players were on each team? So this is an equal groups problem as well. The groups are teams. We translate the problem using multiplication formula. We are given the number of groups, okay, there's 6 teams this time, and we're given the total number of players, which is 48. And we're asked to find the number of players on each team. So we write this equation. We don't know how many teams, we know how many teams there are, but we don't know how many players are on each team. So we're just going to use, I'm going to use n for number of players. N times 6 teams. So n is number of players per team. And 6 is the number of teams, and so that's going to equal 48 players total. So now we kind of need to step back, and to find this missing number, we are going to use division, okay? So we're going to do a division box. 48 divided by 6, and we're going to find out that 48 divided by 6 is 8. And then, so there's 8 players per team. All right. So that's the answer there. 8 players per team. And then we always double check. 8 times 6 What do you know? It equals 48. It double checks out, okay? Double checking is the easiest way to make sure that you have the right answer, and it's also the easiest way to find a mistake. It doesn't take that much time to double check, and it's always worth it, because those 1 or 2 points that you might save yourself really could make the difference between your grade. So always double check. All right, example number 3. Sarah was working really hard. She raked leaves and she filled 28 bags. Wow, way to go, Sarah. On each trip, she could carry away 4 bags with leaves. How many trips did she have to take to carry all those leaves? So this is the same type of problem that we did up there. So we have 4 bags in each trip, per trip. And we're trying to figure out N for number of trips. Okay, number of trips. And we know that that is going to equal 28 bags total, okay? So this is going through the information you're given, how you're going to use it. So we are going to use division again. So we've got 28 divided by the number of trips, which was 4, and 4 times what equals 28? The answer is 7. So there was 7 bags. How many trips? 7 trips total, okay? And always double check. So if you don't know 4 times 7, 7s are tricky. 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 times 2 is 28, okay? But you should just know 7 times 4 is 28, and that's the best way to double check. Always double check, okay? Seriously. All the time. That's not something that's going to go away just because you get older. So in lesson practice, write an equation and solve. A. Did you see these directions? Write an equation and solve, okay? So do both of those things. Your equations will look something like one of these, all right? We had 4 cartons of eggs with 12 eggs in each carton. How many eggs did we have altogether? B. The 30 desks were arranged in 6 equal rows. How many desks were in each row? And C, 21 books were stacked in piles of 7 books. How many piles were there total? All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take all these notes. I know it's a lot of writing, but it will be worth it when you need to look back, and it's good for you to know this stuff. Have a great day.